Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Arashakadah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect, the 144,000 men pushing the truth and wholehearted sincerity across the four winds. It's Akiakwab, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, back on another lesson through the spirit, hopefully to edify, to motivate, and to exhort, the sheep, the men of this truth unto doing good works and into pushing fruits out into this world in these last days to hasten the coming of the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Behind me you have a tower here. And in this tower, when I did a little research on it, it was used by the military in the Nazi times, to overwatch this area, to see when the Americans were coming. And this tower right here just struck me and provoked me to this lesson and inspired me to do this lesson through the spirit, because I was a part of Esau's military, man. For 13 years I was a part of Esau's military, and I stood on watch on one of these things many a times in dangerous lands, in dangerous conditions, and what they always stress to us is, if you are lacking in this tower, we all are dead. If the enemy comes and you are not standing on watch in this tower, the soldiers that are behind you, the soldiers that are at comfort, at ease, they're dead. So Yahweh Rakazah, this lesson is edifying, and let me get into it, man. So I got some precepts here that I put together, that I wanted to, bring out. Of course, it's Ezekiel 33:1. But to be put onto one of these towers is a very serious job. It's not something that to be taken lightly, because what you do as a watchman in these towers, it determines what the ones who are within the borders of your compound or within the borders of your city, your work and your attentiveness, your ability to stay awake, your ability to stay attentive, to always be looking to always be scanning. That's an important thing. That's not a job given. I mean, we had many soldiers do it, but it's a very serious thing to do. This is Ezekiel 33:1. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman. Verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what the main duty of a watchman is. Okay? The main duty of a watchman is to warn the people. Yeah, they're going to be scoffers and mockers and people who don't want to believe. But your job is to be on standby. It's to be on quick reaction force. It's to be ready to see that sword, to see that coming enemy. Okay? Whereas the thing that is coming in these last days is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's Yahushai. When he comes, he's not an enemy. But he also has given us a chance to warn our people, to wake them up. Okay? Verse 3, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So it's showing you that the job of a watchman is to warn the people. And there have been many times when, even in combat, when we blow the whistle, that we see a mortar strike and people don't even believe it, and then what happens? A mortar strike happens. Okay, I'm bringing this out because the Lord has given me many examples in combat, in war, in this world, to use those experiences to bring out the truth. You know, I was told that a man becomes a man through the experiences that he endures and he encounters. So the Lord has brought me through crazy experiences to use those experiences to hopefully edify and to persuade men unto what? Righteousness. Persuade men to do good works. Persuade men into bringing forth righteous fruit. Knowing the terror that he is going to bring. Verse 4. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. Verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. You see? So the Lord is telling you, I've given you this ability to see. I've given you the faith. I've given you the vision. You know, I've made you dream dreams. I've taken you through combat. I've taken you through many countries, many lands, delivered you out of the hand of death many times. And now I'm sitting you in a seat of power, pretty much in his ministry, because to be a watchman, that's a very serious job. That's nothing that should be taken lightly. Because why? If we don't warn, who the Lord is going to tell? Who is he going to hold accountable? The watchman. Okay? Verse 7. So thou, son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. So the things that we have encountered, the things that we are reading, the things that we see is coming from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and it is our duty, it is our minuscule job to warn the people, to warn Israel, to bring out the judgments, to go and preach and prophesy, to sacrifice your time. I've done it for Esau. How much more should I do it for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who's giving me everything? He's giving me everything, man. He's taking me from being in the dirt to being nothing, to knowing who I truly am, to knowing what kind of power I really have, to knowing my value as a man. Verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his ways, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I inquire at thine hand. So this is not a job to be taken lightly. This is a very serious matter. To be a watchman for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, this is not something that is any man can do. You have to be a peculiar spirit. You have to be a peculiar person. You have to be strong and steadfast. You have to have faith. And that faith comes from who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Verse 10. Therefore, thou son of man, speak to the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live? So it's just showing you that this job is not given unto everybody. The ability to see, to be able to be a watchman is a very serious job. You know, I got an Edomite over there. You know, he's scoping me out and shit, but I don't care. You know, I'm gonna keep going, man, because yesterday I tried to do this lesson, and there was mad Edomites over here and demons, and you know, all in the video up there asking me questions about the land and all of these things. You know, that's just demons trying to knock me off of my spirit. You know, just like when you're in one of these watchtowers, you get tired. That sleep. You start to be drowsy. You know, you wanna take a rest. You just say close your eyes for 10 minutes. You know, and then that 10 minutes turns into 3 hours. Next thing you know, 3 people are dead. Your half of your village is killed. It's been destroyed. Why? Because you fell asleep. You fell asleep. You fell away from your job. You fell away from your duty. And this is what men of this truth need to fight against, to not fall asleep, not to fall into the slumbering spirit, to be slothful. Okay? Ezekiel 3:17. It's another precept. These demons and these heathens, they don't want to hear this truth. They have no part of it. It's not for them. This is our history. This is our book. The more they listen, the more condemned they become. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. It's just showing you again. Give them warning. Hear the word from his mouth. As they say, from the horse's mouth. Straight from the horse's mouth. That's a saying in the world. This word is straight from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's straight from Yahweh's mouth through the spirit of Yahushai. It's straight from them too. Okay? And it just repeats itself. And there's another precept that I wanted to bring out. Because the Lord said it many times. Habakkuk 2:1. It's another good precept. Select it. So what I'm trying to prove and what I'm trying to say is that when you have this truth is given unto you for you to do a job. It's given unto you for you to do something that is not to be taken lightly. Okay? This work is not to be taken lightly. That's right here. That's right here. Select it. My page is sticking. Habakkuk 2 and what was it? Select it. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved? Okay? So it is our duty to stand upon this watch. It is our duty to go and preach and prophesy. When you have this truth, when you have the vision, the ability of being faithful in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, when you have his name, this is not given unto all men. That's what we must understand. This is a very serious and a very special gift that the Lord has given us. Okay? So let me read it again. Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved? Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and lie not. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. You see? So the things that are written in this Bible, in this collection of books, they are going to come to pass. They are going to happen. You see? And it is our duty as watchmen to bring those things out. To warn the people. To warn the children of Israel. To tell them their sins. Rebuke them sharply. Why? Because we know that the Lord is going to come with terror. He's going to come with death. And we don't want these people's blood to be on our hands. We want to show the Lord that we did the best that we could do. We tried and we showed. We went out and we preached and we prophesied. From what you gave us, we multiplied those talents. We took the little things that you gave us and we went out and we multiplied it, and we put your money to the exchangers. Okay? I think I got 2 more precepts. Isaiah 52 and 8. Isaiah 52 and 8. Golly. The watchman shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh shall bring again Zion. So you see that right now. You got brothers all over Europe setting up watchtowers, setting up camps, preaching and prophesying. And what are we doing? And in the men of GMS, we are all on the same page. We are all in one doctrine. We are all in the sound doctrine, preaching and prophesying the same doctrine, seeing eye to eye, being continually in brotherly love, preaching the good tidings unto the children of unto the hopeful elect, and bringing out the judgment unto these heathens and these wicked nations. We are all seeing eye to eye. This is a prophecy that is coming to pass. So we see just how serious this is. That the Lord is going to be able to set up a watchtower here in Germany. He set up one in London. Multiple ones in London. He set up ones in Italy. He set up ones in Nigeria. He set up ones in Costa Rica. He set up ones in Netherlands and Holland and Amsterdam. Then he set up all over Babylon, America, DC, Maryland, South Carolina, Mississippi. He set up watchtowers everywhere to do what? To warn, to show that he's about to judge this earth with great anger and fury. Okay? And we all do what in the men of GMS? See eye to eye. We are all in one sound doctrine. We are all tight. There's no lacking among us when it comes to this doctrine. And if I feel like I am weak on certain precepts, I know that I got brothers that I can go to in other watchtowers that are going to strengthen me, that are going to help me oil my weapon, sharpen my sword. He's going to teach me, hey, you gotta be able to aim this high and this low. This is what they do in Esau's military. The older teach the younger to how to be better soldiers. But they all must be in one accordance. Must be all in the same doctrine on these FMs and these TMs and these field manuals. They have a field manual. They have a thing called the Infantryman's Bible. All infantrymen must know these things. The general orders, how to do L ambushes and all of these things. We are all in one accordance in the Esau's military. So how much more should we be in one accordance in the Lord's military with sound doctrine? Standing upon his watchtowers. Last precept, then I'm going to close it out. This is Proverbs 8:34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whosoever findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, and all they that hate me love death. Simple. Until next time, Shalom.